Have you ever tried to learn music theory and failed? Believe me, I feel you, bro. When I was trained in the way of the classical musician as a kid, these days I rarely ever use music theory when I write music anyway. So what gives? Actually, 90% of the time I don't even use chords anyway because I don't use the idea of chords to create chords in the first place. Confused? So am I. Let's start from the beginning. Alright. My name is Irving D'Souza, and if you didn't get that reference, you need to watch more movies. I like to think of music theory as being synonymous to the written word. You don't need to know how to read or write a language to be able to speak it now, do you? Well, that's what music theory is anyway. It's just the grammar of the language of music. Actually, scratch that. I don't even know what most of the modes of the scale sound like. For example, the Dorian scale. What the heck is the Dorian scale? F the Dorian scale. Actually, forget the names. You only need to know two scales, major and minor, and that will serve you 90% of the time. Actually, forget those two as well. I resent scales. My piano teacher made me practice them for years and I still can't play them right. Recently, I created a walkthrough of myself recreating the Avengers theme music by Alan Silvestri. If you haven't watched it yet, I'm going to leave it linked up there somewhere. So we didn't exactly use music theory to recreate the theme. We used something much more important, the ability to selectively listen. For example, can you listen to a song and just hum the bass line of it? Seek out the melodies that you like from your favorite music. And I'm not talking about modern day music because those are not very strong from an arrangement perspective. Most modern musics have forgone complex arrangement in favor of production. So I'm talking about the classics. You know, Ain't No Mountain High Enough by Marvin Gaye or Come Together by the Beatles. Those two have very memorable bass lines. And if you can hum them with the song while listening to it, while ignoring everything else, then you, my friend, have the ability to selectively listen. Today I'm going to show you my favorite method of creating amazing harmonies, and that method is counterpoint. No music theory required. Well, before I tell you what counterpoint is, what does it sound like? Well, in the Baroque days, it sounded like this. And now I could show you how to make it sound like this. Let's get into it. Step 1. Write a cool melody. Step 2. Write a melody that works really well with the original melody. There are absolutely no rules to follow here, so let's put some constraints on it. Let's keep it really simple. We're going to use the root note and sustain it for as long as possible, only changing it when we have to. For those of you not familiar, a root note is the basic or the most fundamental note of your song that the whole song rotates. A root note is simply the note that you've chosen to anchor your track. Step 3. Let's use a different note, but something that also sounds good. Let's use the fifth. What the heck's a fifth? Go to your piano roll, place a note. Count 7 notes above that, place another note. Guess what? It's a fifth. Congratulations, you've just graduated harmony class. Step 4. Let's see if we can't move in the opposite direction of our main melody. Step 5. Add a bass line. Now I could do the most boring thing and use the root notes to lay down the bass line of our melody, and it would sound something like this. But if you don't know me, I'd like to be anything but boring. I'd like to be lazy. Yes, I think I'll be lazy. I'm going to take one of the counterpoints that we've created and I'm going to move it down. Alright, I'm going to copy it and I'm going to move it down. Boom! We have a new bass line. And just in case it doesn't work, you can always replace a few notes with the actual root notes that you are going for. But don't do this too much. Keep your bass line simple, but don't make it too simple. You kind of have to thread that line. You kind of need to have to thread that line, you know. But wait, there's more. Since we can do that with any of our counterpoints, copy and paste another one of our counterpoints below, replacing the first bass line that we've created. And guess what? Bam! We have another bass line. Let's do that third time. Another bass line. And guess what? We've actually created a significant portion of our arrangement already. Step 6. Replace your melody, counterpoint harmony, and bass line with your favorite instruments. Step 7. Unlike most of the tracks you ever worked on,
Finish this track.
and you're done. If you were able to successfully finish your track using the methods I just taught you, upload your work onto Instagram and tag me and use the following hashtag, and I will feature my favorite work of yours on my next video. If you found this video helpful or at least entertaining, then feel free to hit the old thumbs up and subscribe to my channel because it motivates me to create new content. But if this video was not helpful to you, then please feel free to let me know in the comments section and I will see what I can incorporate into my next video. Until then, stay safe and I'll see you in the next video. Now that all of this is out of the way, I want to tell you about my new setup over here. What do you think? Do you think it looks nice? Huh? Tell me how cool it looks. Tell me, please. Please tell me. Tell me, please. Please. Please tell me. My anxiety can't take it. Tell me. Tell me. Tell me!